Good afternoon, everybody. What is going on? Today we're going to talk about the Lodinatt R1 shoelace bag and the Lodinatt belt backpack. Now, this is a Korean fashion brand, so I'm most likely saying the company name wrong, so please phonetically correct me down in the comment section below, because I know I'm gonna get flamed for saying it wrong. Now, Lodinatt reached out to me about a month or two ago and asked me if I wanted to take a look at a bag or two. Now, generally, the fashion industry is not where my expertise lies. I like bags and gear that you can beat up, throw around, but if I don't get out of my comfort zone, how am I ever gonna grow? So I said, sure, let's do some bags, and I picked the shoelace bag and the belt bag. Now, I will say up front, my favorite out of the two was the R1 shoelace bag. It's a little bit more my style, but we're gonna go ahead and do a quick comparison of these bags. They are a bit different besides the outwardly look of the bag. Then we'll go to the review, the positives and the negatives. Go ahead and start with the negatives and end on the positive note. The shoelace bag. Now, this one is currently still full of my gear because this is the bag that I used second, but the thing that jumped out at me was the shoelace, because what they like to use this for is they show it with like an umbrella. So if you go ahead and check that out here, so if you're going to the office and you get caught in the rain, you can pop that umbrella out pretty quickly, put it up, keep yourself nice and dry, and then you can actually stash it on the outside of the bag instead of carrying it and getting yourself wet. Don't know what to do with that wet umbrella, because there have been times I've personally used an umbrella or brought an umbrella with me, and then I have this wet umbrella that I'm carrying and I can't really put it inside my bag. I'm trying to strap it to the outside of my bag. This is it's a pretty interesting option. In addition to that, you actually get two outward pockets here too. So this whole front panel setup here actually allows for a few more carry options. Now, the belt bag has just that, a belt. I believe you could probably do the same basic concept with it. You could probably just loosen this belt up and attach it around the handle of the umbrella and dangle it on the outside, except it'll probably sway a little bit more, where the shoelace will kind of hold it in more points. The other point to note is you can remove this shoelace. It is literally just a shoelace. You could put whatever you want in there. You want something plain black so it matches the bag better, you can do that. You want something completely different to do a little bit of personal flair, you can do that as well. Now, the front pouch. The shoelace bag does have a bit of a pleat to it, so it does expand outward a little bit more, and the belt bag, it's a little bit smaller across the front of the bag. It does have a bit of a three-dimensional to it, so it does expand out, but it is overall a smaller pouch. Now, you do also get a cup bottle holder on the side of the belt bag, where the shoelace bag does not have that. It's not that big, so you're really only going to be able to get like a small bottle of water. If you carry like a refillable Nalgene or anything like that, most likely not going to fit in there. Now, one of the main differences of the outside are the straps. The belt bag has the curved shoulder straps, where the shoelace bag has the straight straps. Both of them come equipped with a trolley handle, and the belt pack also has an additional pocket on the back where you could stick something like a magazine. On both of the bags, you can actually remove the straps and store them. The reason you would want to do this is if you're traveling and you are using this trolley strap. Sometimes the backpack straps can get in the way. If you're going through security, they can get caught on things. If you're stashing an overhead bin, sometimes you'll want to pop these off. Now, the benefit of the belt bag is that it has this pocket, so you can just tuck these straps away, so then you can have them dangling and attached, or they're out of the way. With a shoelace bag, you don't have that option, so you're gonna have to either tuck it down behind the trolley strap, or you're gonna have to actually unzip the top of the bag and flip it in which case the top of your bag will have to remain a bit open, because you're not going to be able to zip the bag closed with the strap in the way. Now, that is the laptop sleeve, so if you don't have a laptop in there, you can maybe get away with it, but still you have the potential for the bag to come unzipped. that's going to be a little bit of a negative point, but we'll talk about those negatives shortly. Now, the shoelace bag has 2 compartments. You have your main compartment here, which is completely full because this is the bag I was using, so. Inside we'll have a rear zipper pocket. That's great for things like a notebook or a magazine. Then you also have 2 little slit pockets on the front. And this is your main cavity of the bag. This is where you stick all of your crap. And it also has a second compartment where you have your laptop sleeve, and you can put a few extra things like bills. That's where I've been sticking my bills, so I remember to pay them when I take my laptop out, I see them. Now the shoelace bag is a little different. You have a front compartment that is more of your organizer compartment. You have 2 slit pockets and a Sharpie pocket, as well as your mesh, which I love these mesh pockets because when you stick stuff in there, you can still see what's in there, and that comes to about 3/4 or so the length of the bag. So that's your organization pocket. It does have a little bit of depth to it, so you could stick a few extra things in there, but it was perfect for organizing everything else. Now the main compartment also has a laptop sleeve and another mesh zipper pocket, but it doesn't have that separation between laptop and main compartment. And this is one of the negatives. This is not a padded laptop sleeve. So with that said, we're gonna go ahead and dive into the negatives of the bag. And one of the big negatives is that neither of these bags have a padded laptop sleeve. It is a bigger issue for the belt pack because the laptop being in the main compartment, if you have anything else in here, you have no protection between your laptop and everything else that could potentially be bouncing around inside this bag. So I really think that's something that should be upgraded in the bag, is to add that padded laptop sleeve. The shoelace bag is a little better because you do have that separation between the main compartment and the actual laptop sleeve, but there is no padding on this piece either, so there still isn't a buffer. You just have a little bit more prevention where you're not gonna have things kind of bouncing around and maybe up into it. So yeah, definitely need to add some padding to this sleeve. The back does have some padding, so at least you have it padded on one side, but I'm more concerned with the things inside the bag smashing into my computer as opposed to my out of shape fleshy back hitting the computer. I think if anything, I'd rather the padding be on this side of the bag as opposed to this side of the bag. Now, I mean, the padding on the back of the bag is needed for comfort, so don't lose that, Logan. Don't leave the padding here, but add a little bit more instead of just a piece of like nylon sleeve. My other main negative are the straps. More so on the shoelace bag, this is all the way up. I cannot adjust these any higher. And the bag sits pretty low. It's a little low for my taste. I'd rather this be up to about here, maybe be on the small of my back as opposed to resting kind of on the top of my butt. I'd rather it be up a little bit higher. Now the belt bag does sit right about where I like it. Now this one you can't tell because there's no load in the bag, so it'll probably sag just a little bit, but the straps do come up a little bit higher on this bag, and I think it's because the strap design. I think the webbing section is probably the same length, but the actual padded strap of the belt pack has that like S shape that contours to your body. I think that takes up that extra space. So the belt bag sits right about where I like it on my back, where the shoelace bag, I think because it has these straight straps, it just sits a little bit too low. So I'd give myself either a little bit more adjustment in the webbing or use the backpack straps like this on this bag. Okay, the positives. Now the title of this video is Fashion and Function. Now, when I first cracked open the package, I thought that this was going to be fashion over function because these are more of a fashion accessory. This brand makes bags for the fashion industry. One of their large demographics is K-pop stars. This is more of a fashion brand, so I thought, oh, these bags, they're kind of expensive. This is about 168 USD and this is 138 USD. So I thought, these are just gonna be a fashion accessory. They're not gonna work at all. They're not gonna be that comfortable. Turns out I'm wrong. Now, they're not exactly my style of bag that I would use all the time. I mean, I did choose the khaki color because I never had a tan bag, so I figured I'd give it a shot. But the belt pack, it's not overall my style, but I used it, and you know what? I did get a couple of compliments on it. People thought it was a little bit different, something they've never seen before, so it definitely had that positive going for it. It was definitely comfortable to wear. I did use each of these bags for about 2 weeks, so I can't really say the overall longevity if you're gonna use these things for a year or two, but I think I actually used the stuck on the table, the shoelace bag a little bit longer, like 2.5, maybe 3 weeks, but this was comfortable. It still looks, they both still look great. Didn't get caught in any rain in them, so I don't know if they're gonna be water resistant, which is a good thing because you do have a storm flap over the main compartment on the shoelace bag, but the laptop sleeve does not have one. Now the R1 shoelace bag being the more expensive bag, you think that this would have the better straps because these straps are a little bit thicker and these are kind of thin. Although they were comfortable, they're kind of thin, but the belt bag, they're thicker and it has that contour to the body shape to it. So you would think that maybe they would have these straps on this bag. Maybe they wanted to go for the simplicity look, but I don't know. Personally, I would have preferred to have these straps on this bag because this is the one that I really liked. I definitely like this bag a lot more, but both handled everything I threw at them just fine. My main qualm is the length of the strap on the shoelace bag and the lack of padding in the laptop sleeves on both of the bags, but they looked good. I got a couple of compliments on them, more so the belt bag because it stands out a little bit more just being tan and it has like this belt stuck on the outside of it. So people kind of like, they saw that and that's something different, where a lot of the bags I use, I have morale patches on, so there's patches on them, so I don't think the shoelaces actually stood out as much as the belt stood out on this light colored bag. But yeah, both of these bags, they handled everything I threw at them. So if you're looking into the Lodinatt, please someone correct me with a proper phonetic pronunciation of this company down below. Overall, I like the bags. They worked fine. The zippers were good. Everything functioned as it should. So if you're thinking about it, I don't think you're gonna be disappointed. So check the link out down below to head over to their website to see these bags and any of their other offerings. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Smash that big red button, ring that bell right next to it so you get notifications next time I post a brand new video. Good night.